another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik Jackson in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's counter. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They come out here in the eye. Roethlisberger keeps it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off, the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. Big Ben going to take it himself. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Twisting away. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Connor. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, it's Connor.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
All right, here we go.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And bulldozing his way through. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Telvin Smith in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick the play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Ben Roethlisberger with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, When you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On the move to his left. Now he's going to let it go. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 42 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
76.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. Fournette fighting through. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense is...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Here we go.
A gain of 32 that time.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Connor. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given a little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, but it sets up 2nd and goal. Now Roethlisberger. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Dante Fowler in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During films. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. What do you think, Charles? Too big of a risk? I mean, why not just take the lead there here in the fourth?
I know many subscribe to the theory that fortune favors the bold. And in this situation, that was a bold move. Faking it in that situation, fortune didn't shine on them in that case. Now they've got to play defense and try to prevent them from scoring and losing this one.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now at a 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
Let's go.
Here's Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Flushed out. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Here's Roethlisberger. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run with Connor. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger to throw. And James has it. And out across midfield down to the 45. So they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Would be a long field goal try from here as they try to hustle to the line. Roethlisberger will throw. Open man is Switzer, complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And they'll go on the ground. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot, and the Steelers have won the game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this.
Four and 6.